Lepidopterist.
Yeah, take a card, Kinley. Yes, he's a lepidopterist. Or, as Yana might put it, a leopard doctor.
Leopard doctor.
Wow. And you know that leopards are the hereditary enemies of the lizard.
Lizards.
Mm,
And a new insanity is born.
I
Ah.
need to destroy her.
That's fair.
I mean, who don't we need to destroy eventually?
True. But we need to start somewhere, you know.
It shows the lady going, oh, I think I'd like to buy this bread and... the lizards!
Yes.
That'd be a big surprise for her, I'll bet.
So, apart from money,
Mm-hmm.
why would they want all three of these dead?
Good question. Good luck.
And how would they go around? It just seems like such a fucking weird way of, like, hijacking a shipment of fucking robots. And you would have to have the code. So, should we not be looking at the people? Well, I suppose there's a lot of people who have the code.
And it's nearly impossible to guess a code like that.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's right.
Okay, can we do one more? I know it's eating up probably a bit of the day, but can we just do one more research roll on her?
Yeah.
Of course. That'll run you into late afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Bitch.
Yeah, you got her full stuff. You've got her fucking social media accounts and all that. MySpace. She is a friend of Tom. Tom's like, and yeah. Apparently, she graduated top of her class. She has various degrees. She's been working for this company for like 6 years. She's recently gotten she on a fairly regular basis gets recognized, but she's the kind of person who always gives credit to her team and stuff. She's got like an award speech on YouTube and stuff that she's given. She's given TED Talks and shit. She is definitely good at her fucking job. She seems to get a lot of recognition from the company and whatnot. And within like the last 4 years, she, like, after working there for just 2 years, she got promoted like to the head of her individual unit within the company. And after another 2 years, they were like, you are now the head of this whole thing here. And apparently she's making good money. She's got a lot of friends. She hasn't talked about like killing anybody and stuff. She's really into her cat. She seems to have a fucking unhealthy obsession with their cat, who she likes to dress in fucking different clothes and shit and then take pictures of. So that does show you that she has some animal cruelty thing going on.
So nothing bad sticking out.
No. Although she never dressed her cat as a lizard, which is telling.
She's so evil.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we know. Okay. So the weird nutty job guy. He obviously doesn't have any. You know.
Probably.
He had problems getting around his apartment. If you can imagine him crashing through the brush after the guy going, "Rawr!" That's a fucking vision there.
It's crazy Larry.
That'd be funny if he ended up being the fucking murderer. This guy, he's after talking to him for 5 minutes, he's barely holding it together. He's way off his fucking meds, whatever those were. You're guessing whatever it was, though, it was strong.
I feel like we're missing some information here. I don't think this is complete.
Some connection.
Yeah. Actually, I will say that you've got everything you need to solve it, but the solution is definitely a thinking outside the box type thing. And yes, so far it's been a 50-50 ratio on the other two groups that have run through it. One solved it super quick because fucking Pete, and then the other one was like, we're completely off the rails. Woo!
So if it's not to do with money, which, well, I suppose it still could be, but we don't know if there was one left. It doesn't sound like he needs the money and he likes his cousins.
Yeah, let me know if you want them picked up and brought in for questioning or anything. If not, they'll just wander around until, hopefully they don't get bumped off, but...
Yeah, should we just, I mean, you know, we got a murder and a possible murder. I think that's enough just to, because they are close to it. We could just get them picked up and brought in so we can question them more.
Yeah. No problem. You guys are, well, two of you are senior detectives. One seems to be a random, large, muscular man that they brought in just because maybe he was their stripper or some shit, and they said, hey, we want you to hang out with us and do cases and shit like your Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo!
Or in his case, Scooby-Don't. Sure. A couple of patrolmen go out to different places to pick the guys up and bring them in for a friendly chat. In the cold, green interrogation room, Giannis taking notes, shows her drawing Terry Crews.
Random pictures.
Okay, who do you guys want to start with? Should we start with the nearly killed guy or the not so killed guy?
Well.
Or you could even interview them together if you'd like, or separate, or whatever you want. Right now they're being held in separate interrogation rooms because cops like doing that.
Yeah, I think separate for now. Just
Certainly.
if we find any discrepancies. Trouble is, I think we've already asked both of them if they know anyone who's going to fucking want them dead or anything.
Yeah, like I said, you've got all the information that you need.
But we didn't connect some.
What's that, lizard girl?
We didn't connect something.
Nice. Get him, Yana. Show him how it's done.
I will just do commentary of our detective work.
There's a knock on the door. Detective? Patrolman says to Mildred. Your husband's here to see you.
Oh, shit. I'm a lizard.
Should I bring him in, Detective Who?
I'm a lizard.
No, we're busy right now.
All right, I'll have him wait.
Thank you.
He goes off.
I don't do well with family.
There might be hugging and kissing involved.
Oh no.
Yes, I'm afraid so. These husbands and shit taking all kinds of liberties and stuff.
Exactly. They don't respect their lizards.
As the PCs think, this is the thinking portion. For those watching, it is not really silence, it is thinking silence.
Yeah. No one else to ask them. Could there be any other motives here? Anything to do with work or something? Like, you know, patterns or anything on any of their work they've done? Maybe something was stolen or something, or copied. They couldn't prove it, so they took matters into their own hands. Thinking outside the box.
This is not an easy one.
Or the cage.
Yes. And how to get the dog. Oh yeah, if you can do a good job and solve this, maybe convince the owner of the company to give you the fucking green glowing dog. Who knows? You got to solve it for the owner of the green glowing dog. Now, if you guys at any point want to give up, you could do that and move on with your other projects, because I know Matt also wants to brief you on some mad shit. But that's totally up to you guys.
Do we have phone records on everybody or no?
No, you've never mentioned phone records till now.
Let's do that just to see if something.
Sure, it'll take some time to get them to you, but
Okay.
you, for the two guys that are still alive, you want their phone records?
Yeah, and the guy that's passed.
You got it. No
I
problem.
don't
The
know.
cops will work on getting those.
The other thing is as well is, I don't know how exactly we're going to narrow it down, but we could at least just try and get alibis for the two guys.
There you go. Alibis is good.
Where were you on the night of?
Yeah.
The first guy's dead? No problem.
Yeah.
Who would you like to interview first?
Let's go with the brother.
All right. He was at home alone. That is normal.
Not really an alibi then.
It's as best as he's got. It was like, he goes off on everybody give me their lepidoptery rolls.
Oh my god.
Yes, I want the PCs to get that skill. If you can copy paste how to do it. Oh, right. It sounds like bullshit to Fulton. He's like, I don't believe a word of this. Kinley's like, I also don't believe a word of this. And Lizard Girl, do lizards eat butterflies? That's what she needs to know.
Yes.
Yeah, actually they do. Shows her like fucking snag him with their tongue and suck him. And he's like, Jesus. She eats him. She's got me. Oh Lord, I'm gonna die. Roll. Learn times 1, Yana. Come on, get your lepidoptery skill.
Sorry, somebody was standing behind my door and I was all like on high alert.
That's why you gotta rig some traps, Yana.
I almost did. I put like all my trash outside in the little hallway in front of my door, but they somehow managed to go through it anyway.
All right. You guys have no idea what the fuck he's babbling about, but you wish he would stop. He seems excited by it.
Okay, what about the other guy? Let's go ask Roger.
He says, I was grouse hunting in a different state. He tells you the name of the state and stuff.
Okay, is there anyone to collaborate this?
Yes. He begins listing names and stuff like that. There you go.
We get it checked out.
Yeah. They're telling you that sometimes he would leave and he would go to strip clubs and shit, but then he'd come back and do more grouse hunting and stuff. He wasn't gone back. Like, he'd leave for a couple hours and come back. So he logically couldn't have made it back here to like murder somebody at a fairly close range. But yeah, his story more or less checks out.
Why is like it's so confusing?
Apparently, he really likes the strippers. So one of them has no alibi. The other one has a pretty decent alibi. It's not completely solid. I mean, if he was to have a fucking private jet fueled up, ready to go, and then it flies with zero flight plan and takes him over there, and then he goes quit and like fucking drives like a maniac. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, and then back to the private jet, and then maybe he could fucking pull it off, but it'd be too perfect. And as you guys know, murders are messy. Unless you're in an Agatha Christie novel, in which case it all comes down to the train schedules. Seriously, if you fucking study the train schedule of any of her novels, you can generally figure out who did it. Because, trains.
So the first guy who died seen the dog. The witness seen the squirrel, supposedly.
Sorry, could you talk a little louder?
Yeah. So the first murder, the witness saw the squirrel thing, which was probably something to do with the dog.
Yes, you'd have to be pretty out of your mind, but considering how bad that wine was, yeah, okay, this could be that machine you saw at night when you're drunk and already off of your meds, or maybe you took some new pills or something. Yeah, okay, maybe it could become a giant frothing squirrel that glowed. The glowing part, the big part, yeah, enough of it fits that it's probably the dog chasing the guy.
Yeah.
Sure. Or there's giant frothing squirrels in the world that you are unaware of.
Of course.
Given the kind of shit you've been through, could go either way.
Yeah. And then the second guy was attacked by the robot.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then suddenly the robot managed to launch itself through a building.
Like how did the dog?
So is the dog like able to navigate from that far away, or is it brought somewhere and then it?
Give me an evidence analysis roll, and I'll tell you your best guess if you can make it. Right. Here's what Doc Fulton thinks happened. Somebody got close to the first brother and went, "Go get him, boy!" And the dog went, and the guy went, "Oh Jesus!" Ran off. Ah, and the dog was like, "Life signs 0." And the dog then went back to its like, "This is the area I've been programmed to return to," which, is probably close by. And then they say, "Okay, let's clear that data, stick it back in the truck or whatever, and drive it somewhere else." And then it's like, the police are gone. I will now let the dog out the back, and off it goes. "Go get him, boy." Rah, 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 rah. And then Kinley shows up and goes, "Rah, rah, da, 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 da." And then the dog is in the police holding.
I have just had a thought. If, let's say, this was money orientated.
Oh, by the way, the police are not releasing any of this information and stuff on anything yet.
Okay, no, that might be good then. Because I'm thinking if it's money orientated and these three do die.
Yes.
And they don't know after that who the money, they would have to track down someone.
Yes.
If news went out that all three of these did die.
Yes.
It might be a fuckload of people, but we might get people coming to us for the inheritance.
Go ahead and refill your hand. Here's what ends up happening. You guys declare in a false press release, both of them have died. One of the assistants who worked on the dog shows up, and she's got all these emails and shit, apparently showing that her boss, the late Stapleton dude, knew that she was secretly his niece and shit like that. And he's in the other room with you guys going, "I wrote none of this shit." Yeah, Matt has fucking cracked it. Yeah, she gets arrested and is very unhappy to see that both of these fuckers are still alive. Well done,
What
Matt.
a bitch.
Is
Yeah.
it the lady I thought it was?
No, it's a totally different lady that you haven't actually met because you never went to interview the assistants or anything.
But it was a lady.
It was a lady. That's because you hate women. I know.
I've got
No,
to lock it in if anyone has victory.
Yana has too many cards, so there's no telling what's in her hand.
let me see.
Nope, all I got is my whole card and my orb of things with stuff.
I like the orb
I
of things
don't
with stuff. That is an awesome card.
have- pull it,
What a
retrieve
bitch!
from
You
closet.
bitch! How did she pull it off anyway? How the fuck did she?
She got a
steal?
U-Haul. Oh, stealing the thing was easy because she basically sent the military box that didn't have the right stuff in it, and then it went through the bureaucracy and all that shit.
Damn.
Well,
Yeah,
very good.
but you have cracked it and thought outside the box, Matt. You may do the happy dance.
Oh, I really thought that was just going to have like a load of people going, yeah, I inherited the millions. And I'd be like, oh, for fuck's sake. I'll
Everybody
go through
will
every
cry.
single person.
No, it was just that easy. Okay, so you guys are still in these bodies, except for, of course, Terry Crews is still in Terry Crews, but as far as, the other two, you're still here and in these bodies and shit. You didn't...
Why don't we go find a hotel, get some sleep, and see if we wake up in our own bodies now?
Mhm.
Cut to, you do and you don't. You are locked into this older Asian woman forever, probably.
Forever! We just kill ourselves.
Well, I was going to say it's a good experiment to figure out how to leave the body behind, or the appearance of the body to everybody except for the RPCs and perhaps other Doras.
Well, I'm okay.
Ah, you're fine. They look okay. He still looks like Doc Fulton. She still looks like Mildred.
I'm not a lizard anymore.
Ah. Why not? You can be a lizard.
You know.
Apparently, a good night's sleep has cured her of her lizarditis.
It's like being a werewolf or something.
We could always trump over to the embassy and see if it sheds these bodies.
Yeah.
All right, I pull out my embassy.
Where specifically does the embassy trump go, please?
It goes into Kinley's room. Kinley's special little meeting room.
Kinley has a special meeting room?
The one that we always trump to, that we are
the
always
three chairs
escorted out
one?
of.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and give me a luck roll. Lower is better. Just
Got
barely making it is not good enough for that room.
Got it by 30.
That's good enough. All right, you guys trump in there, leaving your old bodies behind as far as you need a mirror to be sure. And it shows like these two older Asian ladies in the hotel room looking at each other going,
I feel
why are we
very
here?
lizardy. I feel very lizardy.
Right. And you see four guys jump up and they're like, holy shit. Oh. They look and they go, no. Okay.
You're
Okay.
not
Don't
okay.
say.
Do you want us to go off somewhere else?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
All right. They open the door. The rhino-headed guy pushes past them, comes over, looks
No, we're
carefully
not.
at each of you.
No, we're not.
Whiskey. Whiskey. Whiskey.
He goes,
Yeah.
none of you are Joshua McKay. He leaves.
Whiskey.
Kinley manages to pull a bottle of whiskey out of the air. Logris powers, yes.
Love it.
Whiskey. Whiskey? I give it to Mildred.
There is a full bar here labeled the Alex Kinley watering hole.
That means I have to get up.
Yeah,
Good
that's what I
point.
said last time.
Yeah.
Exactly what I said last time.
All right, you guys are sitting in the three chairs. There's four chairs over there that are around like a poker game that's usually in progress. There's a couple of our miscellaneous chairs here. and you guys are sitting around in the wingback chairs. You are still dressed in the regular stuff that you had when you were running around as Chinese women, including their IDs, wallets, shit like that. For some reason.
So do they just wake up naked?
You're not really sure what happened to them, but
Who cares?
yeah.
Right.
So,
It's briefing time.
yes.
Dun 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 dun.
So yesterday was a very... Oh, sorry, not yesterday. Last time I was in this place with Freddy and Reb was quite an interesting day. Frustrating, but interesting.
Mm.
So we had some ideas that we were looking into in regards to the whole crazy stuff going on, the imbalance of power, the blue mage, blah de blah de blah de blah. We started by going to the village because there was a couple of things that Freddy wanted to investigate there.
Mhm.
One of which was there's a big hole in the dome that holds the pattern, and the evil winged dog statue
Mhm.
that was there. The statue is gone, but the base is still there. And then Freddy was like, and also the Joker was being seen flying around on like a panther or something. And I went, hold on, was it a winged panther? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, you sure it wasn't a dog? And he's like, it could have been. I was like, yeah, it's probably the winged dog, the evil winged dog that was at the pattern.
Look at Chris's face. Look at his face.
I went to then look at the base that was still there. It still holds, get this, both pattern and chaos.
Mm.
So we believe that the pattern, being that it was so close to the pattern, it was drawing power from the pattern the whole time. And secondly, we believe someone of very powerful chaos went there and went, I'm putting chaos in you, which we're kind of guessing is the Joker, because it's now riding around on the back of the fucking evil winged dog that is called Poochie. Yep. This is where it gets even better. So I stood on the base and meditated on it, and actually managed to connect to Poochie through the base, as in I was looking through its eyes. It was flying around that looked like the Barbarous Coast in MMO Land with the Joker on his back. Here's where shit gets really crazy. He then leant over and looked into the eyes, being that he could sense that we were there looking. Freddy was also looking because he had grabbed hold of me while I was convulsing on the fucking statue. So he was seeing this as well. The Joker looked round, looked at us and went, ha ha ha, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Basically, what it comes down to is he said, the Logris is nearly complete. Come here. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? So then we spent the whole rest of the day trying to track him down in the Barbarous Coast to no effect. We went all through the Barbarous Coast. We found where we believe he was for a while, which we think he had flown down into this big whirlpool that has a fucking sunken ghostly ship at the bottom of it with evil mutated sharks guarding it. So we spent ages trying to determine how the fuck we were going to get in there, because we weren't just going to swim in. Unfortunately, it took so long to do that. By the time we reconnected to the statue to check he was still there, he was long gone. Him and Poochie was flying through basically fucking space as far as we could tell.
Okay.
But the really big fucking thing was the Logris is nearly complete, they're basically someone is building a new Logris. Oh, and you know about the unicorns, of course, yeah, you know about that because Blaze contacted you. So we also surmised that it could be either the Joker or the Blue Mage that has taken The eye, the blue mage could have taken the eye because he doesn't want Logris. I've got a surmise. I surmise that the reason why the blue mage is doing what he can do is because there's an imbalance at the moment. Because everything's fucked. Like all the agents are acting like drunk, so they're not even doing their job. So people like the blue mage are being able to drastically change shit and get away with it because there's this imbalance. So he could have stolen it in order to stop anyone from making a new Logris and restoring balance, or the Joker could have stolen it to make a new Logris, because he seems like now he's very, very powerful. Chaos, or someone he knows is doing it. We're not sure if it's him himself who's actually chaotic. Well, he does seem like he would be the embodiment of chaos. He's the fucking Joker. So it kind of makes sense, but it could be someone else that's doing it, not him. But yeah, that's the thing that really got me, was the new Logos is nearly done. Unfortunately, we were completely stumped on how the fuck we were going to find him. So that's why
I don't know if he would have the power to get the damn eye. If anything, I was thinking that would be something that Janice would have done.
Yes, it could be, because there was reference to... Now, where was it? This was something else. Something else. What was that? Yeah, I think it was the Sandman mentioned the Blue Mage's boss, that she was doing something.
Oh.
So that's when we were like, ooh, fuck. So we also had the possible notion that Janice might be actually fucking the boss of the Blue Mage.
But then...
Oh yeah, that's who I think as well.
Right, okay. That confirms it then, possibly. But how this all ties in, we don't know. But we're not sure if the Blue Mage would want Logris put in and balance restored.
Well, with the Logris in, that makes magic more powerful, and if he's a powerful mage, then he'll have more power across all the shadows within our Ghost Wheel universe.
But if balance is restored, then the people in charge of these shadows might be able to do something about him.
So whoever makes the Logris and whoever makes the pattern are, quote unquote, whoever's in charge or has the influence over Ghost Wheel. As long as they're not going against what Ghost Wheel wants completely, Ghost Wheel will let them do as they please, because it still like furthers Ghost Wheel's motivate, like it furthers his goal, because we're all kind of his kids, I would say, since we're actually not in our actual bodies. Our bodies are still hidden away somewhere in the infrastructure. Yeah. Since we're like in the matrix of Ghost Wheel, and so we're still the simulation that's running, which means that we're still his program. So we are all kind of his kids in a sense.
Yeah, but I see exactly what you mean. But yeah, the whole reference of someone else is doing the Logris is a bit worrying, because that means that they could have complete power. So we need to try and find out more about that, basically.
And you said that's happening, like, and it's, how is it tied to the coast where the...
So the Joker was, at the time we connected to Poochie, he was flying, we reckon, or I think it was Freddy recognized the area. He was like, oh yeah, I think that's around the Barbary coast in MMO land.
Mm-hmm.
So we went through all this crazy fucking shit of weeks and weeks of finding a way of getting there, because it's not the easiest place to get to. Only to find that when we knew at the time when he was flying over, he seemed to be heading towards the big whirlpool thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up, and then we surmised that if he was on a winged creature that could kind of lower itself, that he could go into that. The whirlpool is not like a big fucking actual watery whirlpool. It's one of those where it's like there is fucking space where you could go down into it.
Mm-hmm.
So we think he might have been heading towards that and waiting there, but we don't know. We don't know for sure. We just got a glimpse. So we have no idea where he was really heading, where, if it was his end destination, how long he was there for, whatever. So we still have no clue of where the new Logris is going. We have no idea where he is now. Last time like I said, we saw it. At the end of last session, we were basically looking through Poochie's eyes again, and he was in space. So, yeah.
Chris, give me, or Chris and give me an evidence analysis roll.
Okay.
Nothing special.
Yeah. I'll let you figure it out. Good luck. Did Yana do anything? Did she make her evidence analysis roll? Does she care? Is she still a lizard?
I made it.
Nothing special?
Nothing
Okay.
special.
Good luck. We're all counting on you.
Yeah, you can see.
Okay.
That's the main problem at the moment. It's so many questions, and whatever small bit of information we can glean, it normally just ends up with more questions, and following up on those things is just so hard. It's a very frustrating session last time.
So also, so you were trying to get into the maelstrom there, like try to go through it as it's a gate, or what?
No, well, Freddy said that there was a gate at the bottom of it. But he was questioned by the powers that be. I don't know if that makes sense. So we're not even sure. We're not 100% there is a gate at the bottom of that. He could have been heading there and heading down.
I already know. Yeah, there's a gate at the bottom of that. I already know that.
Okay. All right. Are we 100% sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we know where it leads?
No.
Okay. So he could have been heading to the gate, and that could lead to, if that's where he was then when we saw him next, he was in basically a bubbly, like a blue or bubbly space type thing.
That's where...
Yeah, basically at the end, when we went back, because we were like, let's just check to see, because we were trying to work out a way of getting in there, and it was like, fuck it, it's near impossible. Like, because we had to come up with something that would fly over. We couldn't go through the water because we'd just get fucked by the sharks. So we had to find something that we could that was to work in that tech environment that could fly us over and then drop us down. And it got so late, we were like, we're probably not going to get it done. So let's just go and check to see where he is now. And when we did, he was like in this weird kind of bubbly space type fucking setting. So
I love the description, bubbly space, which is accurate, but still, the mental images those two must have from bubbly space is awesome.
Was there any other landmarks in this bubbly space, or was it just bubbly space?
Not that was told to me.
And is it like space, like outer universe, or like underwater with bubbles?
No, that's why I did ask if it was more of a, like, would it be like in the middle of like a maelstrom? But no, it was more like, no, it's fucking bubbly space. But the one thing he did mention though, it was blue. I believe he did say that the colors were the bubbles. So
okay. Give me a memory roll.
I thought you said blue, or maybe
there was blue involved.
Right. Okay. I think I'd shut off at that point, to be honest. I was frustrated.
Yeah. Well, he was surrounded by a blue glow, as was his creature.
Oh, there you go. So maybe the protection of being able to go into space, or something to do with the blue mage.
I love the look on Chris's face. His eyes rolled so far back that they came back up through the bottom.
I mean, I would summarize that if they're going to go through all the hardship to do something as tough as putting down the Logris, they're going to put it somewhere really fucking hard for someone to get to, because they won't want anyone fucking with it.
By the way,
we could always... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, Matt, 4 cards for a pretty complete briefing. Chris grabbed 2, Yana grabbed 1 because Yana hasn't said enough. She's still a lizard.
But lizards are important.
I'm going to keep the locket in just in case we get.
That's why I gave you 1, Yana.
For my lizardness.
Right. Because lizards are important.
Actually, it's not refill. It's actually take 4, so I can take 4 and then discard, can't I?
Yeah.
No reds. Oh my fucking god.
You got the God card?
No, I think I got better than that. Hold on. No reds, luckily. Let's get rid of fucking Blues Brothers. I think we can get any explosions. And I play my second insight of the day.
Congratulations on Magic Eyes, Magic Eyes. You'll see those thighs through your magic eyes.
Ah, damn.
So what we could always do
Mm-hmm.
is go to Smurfville, go through the book, and say, teleport me to the closest half-built, half-made Logress.
Smurfville.
Wow. Well, we were actually thinking about using the pattern to get to the inside of the Maelstrom, and then we were like, that's a bit fucking... But no one thought about the fucking book. Funny enough, though, Reb did come up with a really good theory yesterday, which we could test if you want to do that. Because... Now, I can't remember what the example was, but they were saying if you go through the gate, you appear whatever the zone wants you to appear at. So if you go through a gate to there, you will appear fucking small and Gargamel's huge and all of that, right? He was like, if you shadow walk to a zone, normally you end up how you normally are. So he's like, if we shadow walk there, can we just walk up to Gargamel and be like, bitch, my fucking book? So there's always that choice. That
However, then can we get in the book because we're too big?
Chris, take 2. Will you remember his orb of knowledge?
That's true.
You just want me to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Spell tree, body spell tree. Give me my magic sight, bitch. Copy. Paste.
Oh my god. Giannis turned into a real lizard.
What's the time? Oh, 1 round. That's nice.
So as you can see, Chris, much has happened. And that's on top of all the other shit that's going on.
Although, if we did shadow walk there, as ourselves got there, found the book, took the book away from where Gargamel has it, put it somewhere where we could keep it secure, and then came back.
It might not function. Some of these zones seem to be very kind of resetty.
Sure, which makes sense too. But that's a thought.
Yeah. Or it might lose its power as soon as you take it. I'm guessing shenanigans will come into play.
Shenanigans.
Plus, the thought of you guys running along in badly fitting bunny costumes and shit does make me rock hard.
That's true. That's true. I do like that. That's a really good point there. I forgot about the fucking teleportation power of that. And then to say, go to fucking partially complete Logress. That sounds like a plan. Now that's a plan I can get behind.
There's a lot of things I can get behind.
Nice.
Sorry.
Well, they also suggested using a nuke to kill a small tribe armed with primitive weapons and stuff, which I thought was awesome.
Did we?
Yep. Not literally, figuratively.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're talking about using the pattern to get into the fucking... But you did use that analogy there as well.
Yeah, exactly. Good memory roll. See, Matt personally made his memory roll. Now it's got to go up.
I want to know when she gets back. What the fuck is that thing behind Yana's table? What's that thing sticking out from the bookcase?
You mean the snake?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a dead stuffed snake. When Yana was 5, she strangled it, and then they got a Czech taxidermist who stuffed it. And what they did was they stuffed a vacuum cleaner tube up of it to keep it snake shaped.
I'm going to ask her when she gets back.
Anytime she's asked about it now, she just claims it's part of the vacuum because she's, embarrassed about strangling snakes to death when she was a kid.
Gotcha. Okay. What's the willpower like here? This is 1, isn't it? Very bad. Very bad.
Oh, you're talking in the zone you're at for magic?
-1. Yeah, I remember from last time. It's really bad. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No worries.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ha ha! So criminal!
And what is after?
After.
Oh, fleshwood.
I'm taking that you're digging the body tree, Matt.
It does suit for Alex, isn't it? Let's face it.
She dead. Oh, I better paste the thing in because she's going to want that.
What's she done?
I think the snake has fucking decided to take out the lizard.
Yeah, that snake.
Yup. It always amazes me how slow people type. There you go, Yana. That's what you're going to ask for. All right, they've got a question for you, Yana.
Yeah, Yana.
Yes.
I want to know. Can you tell me the history behind what happened to the strangled snake that is behind you?
Well, it's a long and complicated story. One day there was a snake, and I was bored, and the snake was very annoying, and it just kept talking about, the weather and how, family values are important. So I just needed to do something about it, and then I kept it there to just remind me of the glory of the day when I fought this valiant snake.
Brilliant. So what you're saying is we found another enemy of the lizard.
Yes. Hey, you know what's funny? That another group also asked me about what it is. And it doesn't look that strange to me. Why is everybody interested in it?
It does look quite strange, really. It looks a bit out of place. You have to admit.
It's just a, weird thing.
I think you should. Do you know what googly eyes are, Yana?
Yeah.
I think you should get 2 of them and stick them on them, big ones, and then refuse to acknowledge that it has them on there. Like, I don't see any eyes. No, what are you talking about? Are you crazy?
It'd be
people?
even better if Yana could get a friend that would hide behind her bed on the floor and then just shake it every now and again so the googly eyes move, and people would be like, "What the fuck? Did that just move behind her?"
That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
It's a lamp.
Oh. So it wasn't even a vacuum cleaner like you said it was.
No. And Logan heard me in the past to say it's a lamp.
I came up with a different story.
He doesn't remember.
Is it a lamp as it's meant to be, or is it a lamp wrapped in stuff?
When I was traveling, my mom came to this room and rearranged everything and wrapped some things in strange ways.
And you just decided, I like it like that. I'm gonna keep it like that.
Oh, if I kept getting comments on it, I would leave it like that forever.
Yeah,
maybe I add some fucking fake teeth to it or something. Or
I'm not using the lamp anyway, so.
I like that she has a mom who just oh, she's gone. Let's wrap her shit. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking yeah. This is what you get for leaving, wrapping your shit.
Your whole bed is now wrapped in.
When I came back, my room looked completely different. My things were somewhere, I don't know where. It wasn't great.
So I'm guessing that your parents were like throwing a party as soon as they thought you'd moved out, and they're like, "We're gonna fucking rent this room. We're gonna be rich." And oh shit, she's back.
I have to admit, Yanni, you sure it's not actually a very subtle way of your mum saying we want you out?
No.
I'm gonna pack all your stuff for you in boxes.
No.
I was only gone for half an hour to the store. It's all boxed up now.
Oh my god.
My mom is able to say that to my face, but she's
Oh, I'm
also
sorry.
a
I'm
little
sorry.
crazy. And does crazy random things. So,
I'd like to meet your mum. She sounds awesome.
yes, when you don't have to live with her.
That's the important part there. You don't have to live with anybody else's parents. Better.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, oh, hello, no, let me cook for you and all that. And then you get to go home.
Right. I think we got time to quickly bust this out. I think we should enact this. This could go terribly wrong, but it could be quite interesting as well.
What are we doing?
Going terribly wrong.
Doc came up with a brilliant plan. We're going to go to the Smurf zone. We're going to go to where the book is kept, the one where you can touch it and basically teleport anywhere you want to.
Okay.
And we're going to ask it to take us to the partially formed Logris.
Oh, let's die again today. That would be fun.
Well, I love it again. Where did that come from?
I died not so long ago, so.
Or that could be. See, the only problem is the partially formed Logris might not work. It might not be a specific thing to say to teleport to.
Right.
It might not be. I mean, I'm not 100% sure that he said partially formed or whether it was planning to be built.
Yeah.
Building or built or whatever. So it might be fully built by now. It could be not even started. But if we'd say take us to the Joker.
Yeah, or to Joker or even Janus.
Well, here's a question. If you're going to the Joker, right? Assuming that he's in a place where you get to live and you don't get the total party wipeout, assuming that for just a second, and you are right in front of him, and you say, "I have questions," assuming.
Poochie!
Oh, well, yeah. If you're just going to go visit Poochie, then that totally works.
No, I know. I don't worry. I've already thought that it's a very bad idea because it could be like, well, I'm still in space, so fuck you.
Oh yeah, if I get another total party wipe, because so far I've had more than twice. Like when you three died back in season, I think 1, that was a heavy death toll. But I think we've more than doubled it by now.
The other thing though is even if we can teleport and it allows us to teleport to the partially constructed Logris, that also could be in a place where we can't survive. So that is the bad side of that as well.
Well, it's
if he's in space because that's where they're building it, then we'll just appear there and we'll die as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's a risk, but it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
No.
Plus, there's so many neat things you have to look forward to this way, Yana. There's the minefield. There's the rabbit costumes.
I hated the Smurfs.
Oh, yeah. I was really surprised when the PCs were like, yes, the Smurfs is the way to go. And I'm like, fine.
I think that's...
It's a city zone, but you've put something in there that's quite powerful.
Exactly.
So,
it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Now, the other thing we could possibly do, it might not be it might not even be that much safer, actually, let alone informative. But we could also then do what we were planning to do with the pattern, but use the book to go to the bottom of the maelstrom. Right. Doc, we did come up with a couple of possible snags to your plan.
Okay.
Look at the PC's plan.
First off, saying partial Logris, built Logris, might not be the right term to use. So
True.
it might be not built or started at all, or it could be completely finished by now.